Hello and welcome, my lovely Taurus. Taurus, your pip card in the tarot is the King of Pentacles, the card of loyalty. I would have said loyalty, luxury. This is also the connection, the bridge between values and actions. The desire and the actual work. You guys definitely put in the work, my loves. Alright, Taurus, this is your weekly intuitive energy and card reading for the week of December 16th through 22nd, 2019. Time is merely a pretense. This could be past, present, and or future energies and or lessons. Sorry, but this is also a general reading for my Taurus. And keep in mind that sign, your chart, is not personality program, but the lessons you need to learn in your life here and now. So, like a good fairy tale or fable, this reading should basically apply to all Taurus in some way. However, remember, just keep what resonates, leave out all the rest, and stay with the whole reading, watch the entire reading to get full soul evolution. Alright, my loves, what do we have going on for this week of energy? Tons of energy to get rid of that 2019 closeout and that 220 prepping energy. We have Mars and Scorpio. Those are the cosmic balls of the universe. Mercury and Sag, the desire to learn and positive thinking about everything. We have Jupiter in Capricorn. That's magnification of our pentacled, materialistic, career-oriented endeavors. With a hierarchical Capricorn twist, like, you know, CEO, roles and goals and discipline, all that good stuff. We have Venus in Capricorn, demanding more depth and permanence in our relationship, also, and connections. And also we have that Venus moving into Aquarius at the end of this week, and that'll again get us all up in our heads more about thinking about how to make those desires more permanent, and then what is this really we're getting into with each other. So last week energy is still floating around. That's that 12-12 portal. Spiritual purification process, kind of angel number energy above us. But it's also that Gemini full moon represented by the 9 of Pentacles. And, I'm sorry, the 9 of Swords. And with the 9 of Swords, it's all about those demons returning. You know, our past catching up with us. Even if they're just parking tickets and child support, get on it. But it's all things that we have to handle. It's not so much about severing things from our life, but it's pulling those swords into our hands and actually fighting those fights and getting them done. Not just slice, slice, I'm done. No, no, no. This is not a severing, be gone with you. This is, I need to handle this shit now kind of energy. And that's all just clearing out the last 12 months of effort on our lives. It's been big, it's been major, and it's been so... Ascension-wise, I mean, how many of us are more lit than we used to be before we listened to tarot, and before we just listened to hear about breakups and makeups, and now we're actually listening for more profound. And so all this energy around us and this reading of it is actually, you know, they're the tools we need to make the biggest dreams possible. The only warning with this energy is, do not dream small. Dream of the whole moon. That's why we had 3 days of the full moon in the darkest, coldest time of the year, including... And then a meteor shower was available to watch with that too. It was like, pay attention to the brightness of the world. Pay attention to what you really, really want. Do not get caught wishing small. If you get just pieces of the pie, there's no... Everything kind of gets disjointed and it's crumbly and it's icky. Even just for pie. But the same thing will happen with your life if things are not complete. Alright, let's get to this reading. I'm pulling on some Emperor energy, but me being the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. This is my charismatic gift I share with you with unconditional love and gratitude. And I thank you, my lovely Taurus, for all your likes, your subscribes. Your views alone do help the channel. Please subscribe now if you haven't. And let's get to this week. What does Spirit really need my Taurus people to know? And then my Archangel deck I'm going to use to see if we can get some love in there for Taurus. Some feeling in there, because you guys have been working your butts off. Working your butts off. Alright. the 8 of Cups in reverse and the 8 of Wands in the upright. And the Devil in reverse. This is like giving up on... This is... Okay, sometimes these breakups aren't actually breakups, but spiritual releases, cutting aways of just a codependent relationship. This could be a Capricorn in your energy in reverse, and if it is, you're just letting them go nonetheless. They are just too much decadence, too much of a handful, and you're letting those... You're not just walking away from this, you're like making sure that there were no cups, their cups were drained, useless. And this person may have been draining you, but you are moving on, away from slaying this beast. You're just getting on with your life kind of thing. And it, like I said, doesn't necessarily feel like you're totally walking away from somebody. You could totally be in a relationship with somebody else, but this is actually like, there's a moment when you sing Love on the Brain by Rihanna, and it's like, I can't believe I was a person that could be in love with a person like that. You know, it's kind of that moment. But it's a softer kind of love on the brain kind of feeling, like, you know, we are all kind of a little mushier than we ever thought we could be, and sometimes we fall for the most amazing things that aren't. And it's kind of letting go of that energy, like a releasing of it. It could have been years ago, like, you know, almost like some of us have that one mistake. Isn't it the one thing that informed the best parts of your life? Sometimes being injured, sometimes, what is it, sometimes, you know, you get your heart broken, but then you know what your heart really supposed to feel like. If you don't, you know, you never really know love if you've never had your heart broken. Oh, I know, I hate that one too. Okay. No, too many cards, Spirit. Too many cards. Too many cards. Alright. Yeah, 3 of Pence. Working with others and the King of Swords in reverse. You are changing your mind about some kind of work thing you've been getting into. Something you've been working on is putting you that King of Swords reverse energy. It could be somebody that's kind of been letting you down at work, maybe. If it's an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, there needs to be a new perspective here with that Ace of Swords, a new truth. It's like, this ain't working. This is not working. This lovely energy, this project we're working on, this financial pinnacle goal we're working on, this cathedral we're trying to build. There's somebody not pulling their weight, or it's like, I want out of this thing. I want something else. Somebody wants something else. And it's because of the way you've been thinking about that relationship in that past, or that letting go of, like, kind of letting go of a loser. You know, it did leave marks or consequences, shall we say. Like, you know, some of you are teenage moms, and it feels like it's like really shedding all that. And then it's like, you know, realizing that really makes me realize my value, and I just don't want to work on this anymore. There's something, some team sport or activity or project that you just are like, walking away. I'm walking away. I did not get the oh yeah, I did get the walking away card. I did get the 8 of Cups, even in reverse, which tells me you're not just walking away, you're walking away from nothing. It's like, why did I stay here so long? I do have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse here, and it's a withholding. You've definitely worked your asses off here. But I do have this Temperance card here with a, probably maybe a Sag energy, but it's Temperance is patience and reunion. This is not the end of the world to you, even though people are like shocked by this separation. But there's something that you need to go out and do on your own, that this is limiting you. Right now you just can't afford this the way things are. Some people need to grow up, but it's very draining on your energy. It makes you the King of Coins in reverse. It almost bankrupts you, whatever this is. It's like, yeah, maybe you do play on a soccer team or something like that, or you have share a bakery company with somebody, but whatever it is, it's like you do almost all the work. And you're like, maybe if things change, we can reunite. You're not closing the door on this entirely, but it's like, I'm realizing my value, and I'm going to take that one step up. And it's kind of a clearing of an energy of almost like going out on your own. It's like breaking up the band because you're ready to go solo even. But it's not that big of a deal. You do all the work. It's going to be a big deal to everybody else. Alright. Advice from Spirit. Yeah, it's just a new lesson in personal value. Let's see here. I had a card flip. And it is the Ten of Swords. Advice from Spirit. Ten of Swords, Emperor in reverse. The pain from an Aries is a wounded Aries. It's over. The worst of it is over. Or this is how to get over the worst of it. Let's see what else comes. Two more, please. The worst of it is over. You don't need to really speak on this. A false emperor. This could be a false emperor, not just an Aries. The worst of the pain is over. Because you've realized something really beautiful about your own personal value, and that even though you've made mistakes and done really stupid shit, everyone else has too. It doesn't deplete you, your value as a person, in the way you love, in the way you give. Just because of this false emperor, the worst of that pain is over. It's a false emperor, is what it is. And you've come into a victory, the kind of a win that people see your light shining again, and you might not be able to speak on it though. With the Page of Swords in reverse, it tells me you're going to be a little quiet about this, and people are going to be a little shocked by that. They're going to be not really sure why you're so quiet about it, but in the end, what it is just, it's like you pulling your strength from your lesson, your fable, your fairy tale. Taurus, this is your story, not theirs, and not how they ruined you, but how you went through something shitty and kind of turned your light back on. And you're not going to take that for granted, though. You're going to be more cautious for sure. Page of Swords is, in the reverse, is cautious. It's holding on to your victory, your own championing of your own self. That got serious really fast, loves. But it's really kind of nice. I actually like that one. Oops. I'm going to try and get some love messages from my Archangel cards for my Taurus here. Alright, Taurus. Did you go through some Ten of Swords? This is a repeater card. It is the last of the pain, the last of the difficulty. Two of Wands. Planning. It's planning. It's making some long-term plans. Not necessarily long-term plans, because you alright, a Ten of Swords, Two of Wands, you're going through a bit of pain in planning, getting things together right now. You're kind of struggling with that, but that's really because you need a rest. You've been through the Nine of Swords. You've been through the fight. You've balanced your money. You're the kind of Taurus that has a billion parking tickets. It seems very contradictory to a Taurus, but like I said, not personality programming. This is like that. I paid it off. I did it. Or I've, student loans, goodbye. But there's something about it that is just like, I've kind of got myself rested and together. And I want to do some planning outside of the, I want to live, I want to plan my life outside of the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, because I've moved on from the Ten of Swords. I've been through it, that the worst of the pain is over, right? That came up twice. So I want to plan my life and maybe dream some dreams without that Ten of Pence over my head. I keep saying Pence, but without that Ten of Swords over my head, that difficulty, the Nine of Swords over my head kind of thing. A lot of balancing energy. I do have the Eight of Cups with the Seven of Cups. It's making a decision in love. But it's a balanced decision in love. It's not, it's kind of like responding, not reacting, not being overly dramatic, being more decisive kind of energy. This is overall energy, and this is like 2 eights. It's a very good card. It's very good balancing energy. Just you wanting to, You've changed your energy from getting over this heartache, really moving through this Ten of Swords twice in both spreads. It's like you feel so much better, Taurus, that you, yeah, it's like I want to read this book again or watch this movie again now that I've been through that. Now that I've gotten rid of that from my life, that energy from my life, and see how it feels now that it's different. Yeah. And you're feeling in love, a connection. You could connect with somebody right now. A lot of you have your hearts open to possibility because of this. Because of a severing. It's definitely a spiritual severing kind of thing. Not like a, it doesn't feel like a current breakup. It feels like the energy of accepting yourself and what you've been through and your battle scars as battle scars and not permanent markers of your own personal value. You are become more valuable the more battles you go through. Ooh. Open hearts and the King of Pence. That is your energy. 100% Taurus energy coming into your power. It's like that light has been lifted. You can think a little. You feel like your brains are open to the world because you're so on fire. Let's get some advice from Spirit because this is pretty. Celebrate 3 of Cups, 7 of Pence. You're about to go into some kind of a harvest. Some celebration and harvest. Well, isn't the holiday season wonderful for Taurus? They just know how to love it. It's the luxury side of you guys. That's just you enjoying the holidays right now. It's just loving life a little bit. You might have a little regret or a little difficulty reaching an air sign. This feels more like regret than anything. Yeah. You wish they were here is what this feels like. And that's going to open up your heart even more because you're going to confess that to that person. Being a king, I think it can be an equal or somebody that you need to pull into your equal. Or just, it might even be just a hard truth that you need to come to terms with to kind of open your heart a little bit more and more every day. Alright, my loves, thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip or donate if the spirit moves you. The info is in the box below. And have a great week. And a very big, lovely, glowing change, my lovely Taurus.